Hey, brothers and sisters from the Starknet ecosystem. Welcome back to the Star Cafe. This is Nurstar speaking, your personal Stark barista. And once again, we are ready to delight you with some very special Starknet content. So, guys, let's start the week with some mindfulness. As in this episode, we'll be speaking about Monkey Mind, a meditation app which is building on Starknet. And here with us today, we have A5Farmer, the mind behind Monkey Mind. And we could say that, we'll have a deep dive to explore the mission of this meditation app. So first of all, let's welcome its founder, A5Farmer. Hey man, how are you?
Hey, Nurstar, thanks for having me at your space. Yeah, I'm great. Hope you're doing well as well.
Yeah, I'm doing fantastically. Thanks a lot. And it's a pleasure to have you here at the Star Cafe. And I'm very curious about this episode because we are going to explore, utility-driven dApp, which is going to play an impact, which is bringing a good impact and, working for a good cause. And it's going to help average people as well, so this is something that I really like. Having said that, let's start with an icebreaker about yourself in general and your crypto background and how did you land on Starknet. So could you give us a background on that, please?
Yeah, sure. I just want to give a quick shout out to Death Division, our marketing lead in the space right now. Saying hi to you, mate. Uh, okay, crypto background. I used to be farming stuff in the DeFi summer. That's why I called myself A5Farmer. Like YFI, sushi, and all that stuff. And then, but I stopped pretty quickly because got got priced out because of gas fees. As you know, when the NFT season landed, everything just went insane in terms of gas. So ever since that, since I experienced how Ethereum actually needs a proper scaling solution, I've always been on the search for the best scaling solution there is. And one day, I just found out about Starknet. I was in the Ethereum Denver conference in 2022, and I came across a Starknet workshop, and it was Henri who was teaching it, and I was actually met Louis as well. Back then, I was like super early into coding crypto stuff, so I thought that Solidity was hard, but Cairo was even harder, right? But from what I understood in that workshop, this way of scaling using ZK proofs seems to be the way to scale Ethereum once and for all. So I made a promise to myself that I'm just gonna keep going with Starknet, and I started doing some code on Starknet, and I went to Ethereum CC in 2022, and Louis gave us a grant to start doing this meditation app. Yeah, that's my story.
And that's a very interesting one. Thanks a lot, Farmer, for sharing your background. It's nice to know that you were also active during the DeFi season. I think it's a common background that many people share in the Starknet community as well, like myself. And it was an experience that that touches you, and an experience from which you learn a lot for your own future experiences. And having said that, yeah, it's nice to know that you get passionate about Starknet, and you eventually got a grant from Starkware in order to start developing this meditation app. Speaking of which, I'd like to know how did you come up with this idea behind Monkey Mind? I mean, I'd also like to know what kind of role does meditation and spirituality play in your life? And why did you decide, in case it is, why did you decide to make it become a part of your professional career as well?
All right. I just want to give another shout out. Two more of the team members just joined, Jono and Dave. Both of them are my came from the same high school as me in New Zealand. Uh, but the idea actually came when I was meditating. Suddenly, I just had an idea about this monkey who just gets stressed. There have been books about mentioning a second instance of yourself living inside you, right? They call it monkey mind. You gotta calm your monkey mind, and somehow they just like stick in my brain somewhere. And when I was meditating, that monkey mind term just popped out, you know. And yeah, I used to be really forgetful, and I took up meditation practice. And after 2 years of trying it on and off, I finally really felt the benefits of meditation, and it changed my life, you know. But the problem is consistency in mindfulness is really hard to achieve, and this is why we want to make this mindfulness app with really strong gamification elements. The main problem that we're trying to solve is the consistency part. Research says that you need 2 months of consistent mindfulness practice before you can feel anything. So yeah, that's the reason why we want to do it. And also, if you notice, Calm and Headspace, the biggest meditation apps at the moment, they are very, I would say they're quite boring for the current generation, Gen Z and millennials. I saw the data from Calm, and the median user age for Calm is actually 30 to 35. Well, there's this upcoming generation of teenagers and Gen Z who are the ones who need mindfulness help, and they're underserved. So this actually plays really well with the features that we have, like the Tamagotchi side, and then and when you meditate, you get tokens, so it kind of become more like a game, you know, and hopefully that's a more engaging experience that the younger generation will like to use for their mindfulness practice.
Very, very interesting, A5Farmer. Thanks a lot for that. And I can confirm also that, when you deal with meditation and spirituality practices, for example, like yoga,
Mm.
it's always a bit tricky to be consistent over the years as well. Because, like, for according to my own experience, during the past 10 years, I was pretty active with with both meditation and spirituality, but then sometimes you kind of you get stuck with your own personal life, and you start meditating less and less. Then you resume with it. So, it's a kind of, I think it's like life is made of these kind of cycles, like the market. So sometimes it's a bit tricky, and you lose the track, right? So it would be nice to have a dApp that helps you in this regard. And I'm very happy about what you're building, and I'm really looking forward to playing with it, and to meditating with it, of course. And having said that, I'd like to go a bit deeper on how Monkey Mind works. And let's imagine we have our mobile phone open on the Monkey Mind app in a couple of months, and how will it look to the eyes of the users?
Okay, yeah. So how it works is, I don't know if you guys have tried or seen Tamagotchi. It's basically a digital pet, right? That you have to take care of. You have to feed it, you have to shower it. But in this case, The only way to take care of your pet, you have to meditate. And you can only meditate once per day. And with that once per day session, you get paid in tokens. Now, these tokens won't have any financial value. It will only be redeemable for in game assets, consumables, maybe skins one day, But the idea is it's going to be like how you play Duolingo. With Duolingo, when you finish certain exercises, you will get these tokens, right? And then you can spend it on consumables. But we want to go a step ahead, and we want to do like streaks. We want to do, I guess you can say, like skins. You can buy other in-game assets like maybe an attachment to your helmet that makes it like will give you more points. We're gonna make it fun like that, and then you can level up your helmet. Yeah, yeah. A lot of these stuff are not finalized yet, but we do have an alpha version of the app on test flight on iOS devices. So if you guys are interested to see what's going on, do join our Discord, and you might get selected as our alpha tester. And there might be rewards for that. Just that's our alpha leak for today.
Yeah, and what an alpha league. Yeah, that's great. And I really like the comparison with Duolingo, by the way, which is an app that I often use. I'm currently using it to learn French because I'm going to
Oh,
the Starknet CC, So I need to
oh,
be,
I'll
my
be.
French
I'll see you
need to
there.
be really good. Oh, cool, cool.
Yeah,
Looking
yeah,
forward to
yeah.
it.
I already
That's
got my. Well, I hopefully I can get the tickets because they're already sold out right now. Waiting for the next wave.
Yeah, I think the next week will happen pretty soon, and yeah, hopefully we'll meet there, and
Yeah,
we'll have a great time. I'm really excited about the event, and
sounds good.
yeah, so I'm learning some French as well. I had some basics, but I wanted to brush it up, and
Yeah,
yeah, let's see. However, yeah, it's very nice that you are structuring Monkey Mind as a a very gamified dApp to help you meditating, and
yeah,
then we'll touch the topic about the tokenomics and the token incentives in the next in a few questions. But before that, I'd like to know a bit about the meditations offer that you are planning to place on Monkey Mind. I mean, there are obviously, for those who are not familiar with meditation, there are several different types of meditations, also like mindfulness practices, and I'm curious to know what kind of meditations are you working on, and which ones are you going to implement on Monkey Mind?
hmm yeah. Sounds good. So just like Headspace, in Headspace you have these certain aspects that you want to improve with your meditation practice, and I feel we want to be doing that. So we're currently working on the focus track, which basically we will guide you on meditation methods that will improve your focus, so that when you're working, you will be less tempted to open Instagram and stuff like that, so you can really focus on your work better. That's personally the track that gave me the most benefits, which I use in Headspace. But we also be working on a lot of other different tracks. As an example, a lot of our testers at the moment, the architect, or which is actually a Starknet builder as well, he is super keen on Wim Hof, and I think a lot of people are keen for that as well. So we're definitely going to be working to add Wim Hof tracks into our meditation platform. And the idea is it will be like a journey, and then at the end of each journey, you will get like an NFT, that will maybe amplify your earning rates, or it will enable certain in-game aspects. So once you finish a track, it will feel like a achievement. Yeah.
Fair enough. Thanks a lot, A5Farmer. And well, going back to the, maybe I would like to. Are you thinking also of implementing some techniques like breathing exercises, like pranayama, stuff like that?
Yeah. I'm not familiar with pranayama, but it really depends on the community, right? Like I didn't really thought that Wim Hof is going to be massive in the Starknet community, but we already have a couple of people wanting Wim Hof, and both of them are Starknet users. So we're definitely gonna add that. So yeah, if you have some recommendations for us, do join our Discord and speak your mind. We'll definitely help keen to enable your methods in our app.
That's great. And going back to the token incentives topic. So as you were saying, I seem to understand that there will be some token incentives, in-dApp token incentives for the users while they practice their mindful. I mean, while they practice on Monkey Mind. But could you tell us how you're going to work on the tokenomics of the token and adding a bit more on the mechanics of the dApp? And also, I would love to know how you are going to avoid malicious farming practices as much as possible, if it's possible.
Yeah, yeah, very cool. Well, this is something that we're currently still working on to finalize. But one of the efforts that we're trying to do is just like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the project Step N. One way that they were doing it was you can only receive payments or token incentives once per day, and we will be doing that as well using block timestamp. So you can only meditate once per day. In this case, actually once every 20 hours. And in this startup incubator that we're in, Antler, we have communications with this a wearable company that hasn't launched yet. So maybe we can be integrating this wearable so that we know that people are actually meditating rather than just turning on the meditation content and then going to the bathroom or something like that. So that's a possibility, but we don't want to only let people who has the wearable to be able to use the app. We want everyone to be able to use the app. Maybe with the wearable, you just earn more tokens, right? Because it's 100% uh, a valid session. But yeah, again, this is something that's still on the works, and currently in the alpha app, it will be just like calm and headspace, where it's just a meditation content, and you're there because you want to learn and you want to meditate, right? Yeah, that's our plan right now. But again, with the step and part, people might think that we're going to be doing the meditation to earn and all that stuff. I don't think that's going to be our main goal with the token. It will be just like Duolingo. It will enable in-game slash in-app features. Financial value will be secondary because making tokens worth something in the bear market where we're in right now is almost like impossible. Maybe in the bull run, who knows, right? But even if we do it like we make it into like a something to earn, I think it's a very unsustainable thing. But the thing with meditation is people are spending like $500 million on guided meditation content annually. So we do have that existing market share to take if our value proposition is good enough, right? So if we actually make a really good library for meditation and with the superior gamification elements over Calm and Headspace, I feel like that is a very sustainable business plan compared to just like doing Ponzinomics, just like Steppen did. And then there's no existing market share to take, right? Because if you think about it, Steppen's main feature is walk and run tracking. Nobody pays for Nike Run Plus app, right? Nobody pays for Strava, but we already have people paying for Calm and Headspace. So that's our like big plan that we need to execute.
Cool. I really like this plan, and I like your utility approach. I think this will make the dApp very sustainable in the long term. And obviously, it's also speaking about the philosophy, of the dApp. It makes a lot of sense to try design the app in the best in the best utility driven way possible. And then if the dApp is good, if there are a lot of users, good things and also economic returns will come from themselves as well. So there's no rush, as you were saying, to implement very aggressive tokenomics to incentive. I mean, to make people want to meditate only for getting the tokens. Obviously, I'm sure this is not the goal of Monkey Mind. And by the way, rewarding the users once a day makes a lot of sense. But I was wondering, even if you get rewarded once a day only, will you be able to listen to the meditation more than once per day?
Of course, yes, yes. It's just we want to limit the token inflation, right? So really, the content is available to you whenever, but when you complete the session, you just won't get those tokens.
I see. Thanks a lot, A5Farmer. Before rushing to the last question of the episode, I'd like to say hello to the listeners. Hey Hexedus, hey House Something, Kodawari, Uber, the guys from the teammates of A5 Farmer, Dev Division, Jono, Dave, and also shout out to Z Crypto, Nero, Chancha, Dunning, Gibonka, OX8433, and yeah, I think I mentioned them all. And yeah, having said that, uh, let's formulate the last question for today's Star Cafe. And I'd like to know a bit more about the future Monkey Minds roadmap for the coming months. I mean, we will be able to relax ourselves with some cool meditations on the Monkey Mind app within the end of this year.
Yes, I think the end of the year is actually a good date, I guess you can say, because there's this Cairo 1.0 rewrite that we need to do, right? And it's a bit unsure now. Even Arjun hasn't even done their rewrite, from my knowledge. So we need to see the big boys do their thing first before we can get reference code, right? And we're still community building at the moment, so yeah, before we reach a critical mass, we won't be launching our NFT, but that's coming up. So keep an eye out for this. Join our Discord, and if you're interested into getting special perks with the Monkey Man launch, do join our Discord and try to get your hands on the alpha keys. Yeah, we really want to reward people who wants to build this thing with us. You know, we need to find people who are just there, who's there, not to just flip our NFT. We need people who are there for the meditation content, basically.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, A5 Farmer. And yeah, I'm really excited about such a roadmap. And I'm going to play with the testnet, with the private testnet you mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
And we remind all the listeners to get in touch with A5Farmer and with the Monkey Mind team through their Discord in order to get access to their how shall we call it? Like it's not an official testnet, or
yeah.
it is.
You can say it's an alpha testnet. We're still going to be launching more contracts. Right now, the contract that I set up is not upgradable, but I just made an upgradable contract. So that's going to be the next version, you know. So we're still iterating stuff all the time. But also we are currently trying to raise pre-seed from this startup incubator. So we're kind of just refining our pitch nonstop. So the code work is going to be a bit slow, but yeah, just a heads up, just in case you don't see anything getting updated, because we're really focusing on this pre-seed raise, so that we can pay ourselves basically to build this. Yeah.
Sure, makes a lot of sense. And so guys, get in touch with the Monkey Mind team in case you would like to play with their alpha testnets. And as A5Farmer said earlier, you could get a cool gift in exchange for that in the near future. And keep it for yourself. I'm kidding. But
Yeah.
however, yeah. First of all, I'd love to thank A5Farmer and the whole Monkey Mind team for coming today at the Star Cafe. Thanks a lot. I've had a great time.
Hey, thank you, North Star. Thanks for having us. Yeah, our art director and devs are they're here too. So hopefully, um, yeah, we were showing enough love here. But yeah, looking forward to catch up with you, North Star, in /Starknet CC. It's gonna be a blast.
It is, it is. Yeah, looking forward to it. And thanks a lot once again. And obviously, special thanks go to the live listeners. Maybe earlier I forgot to mention Stark Sport as well. Then I saw also Kinku, Oran, and all the others. Thanks a lot for taking some of your very precious time to be with us today. And having said that, it's time to close. Remember sharing the Starknet vibe, and see you the next time. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for
Bye
coming,
bye.
guys.
Bye, guys. Thanks.